Social Zoom Factor, episode 273.
Driving results in business these days takes something special. It's a combination of the right info and the right energy. Pam Moore has both and is here to help you avoid the pitfalls and guide your business and life by leveraging and integrating social media, powerful branding, and digital marketing. Welcome to Social Zoom Factor. Now it's time to live life zoomed.
Are you having to reinvent your brand to fit the new digital world and changing economy? Our new partner, Fiverr, wants to help you access the tools and support you need to succeed. Fiverr knows a little bit of help goes a long way, which is why they are launching Fiverr micro grants. Every month, up to 3 lucky small or medium-sized businesses will receive an extra boost in the form of $1,000 in Fiverr credits. Learn more and apply at pam.online/Fiverr. And remember, there's 2 R's in Fiverr. pam.online/Fiverr. Hey there, Zoomers. Welcome to Social Zoom Factor. This is your host, Pam Moore. Okay, today we are going to get real. This is one of those episodes. We're not going to sugarcoat it. We're going to talk about some of the challenges that are happening in our world. So we're talking about the new normal. How do you market your business in such an uncertain world that we are all dealing with today with this global pandemic? And even if you wind up listening to this episode a couple years from now, there's likely other things that could be happening, or you may be sensing your own world of new normal. So I think no matter when you listen to this episode, it's going to bring you value because, as I always say, the only guarantee we have in life or business is change. And just as we get used to something, it all changes. So just so you know, I spent 15 years working in corporate America. I've been running a digital marketing and social branding training and consulting agency for the past 10 years. We work with brands of all sizes, from small startups to large corporate enterprise brands. And I'll tell you, regardless of the size of your company, we are seeing marketers struggle today. They feel fear. And because they feel fear, they're locking up. They're afraid they'll say the wrong things. They want to say the right things, but they're afraid they're going to get blasted online if they say one wrong word. And I know it's scary. So we're going to talk today about some strategies that you can utilize and some ways that you can hopefully still have a voice and still move your business forward, because we're seeing a lot of brands that have invested many years in building their digital presence and building communities online. And when you just become silent out of fear, you lose that equity that you've invested in. You don't want to lose that human connection that you have with your audience. So I want you to really think about these things and how you can embrace change and not be stuck in fear. So what are people feeling today? They're feeling uncertain. They're feeling doubt. They have fear because they don't know what the future looks like. And I don't know about you, but for me, I live in the now, but I also live in the future. Right? I don't live in the past. If I make a mistake, I move forward. I'm able to pivot quickly. I love looking forward to where I'm going. And I think that's the hardest thing for me personally right now is I don't know what the world is going to be like in 6 months, let alone a month from now. And so a lot of people, if they live in that space, which is a lot of business leaders and CEO type of, type A personalities, we live for the future. We live for growth and for transformation. So these times can be really hard for us when there's so many uncertainties. So because people are in fear, then they're afraid to transform. They're putting off things, while some people are pivoting. Right? They have hope. They're looking for hope. They want to feel loved. They want that sense of unity and family and community because there is so much division happening. there's pain. We see it everywhere we go online and in real life. So people are wanting to feel different. They're wanting to laugh, to cry, to feel something good. So what is not working today? Let's talk about that. What is not working is pretending that everything is normal, right? Pretending that these problems don't exist. Blatant sales pitches are not working. Self-serving content and strategies are not working. Bashing other people and brands, including your competition, that's not working. Negativity, complaining, and then ignoring the fear that your customers and your audience is experiencing, that's not working. We have to accept the fear that many people are feeling right now, and that could include you. So I want to make sure that you do not become paralyzed in your communications. Okay, communication is good, and it's what will keep you connected with your audience. So let's shift gears and let's talk about what is working. You know, our tagline is inspire, connect, achieve. That's working. So when we inspire our audiences to connect with us with a goal of helping them achieve their goals, we achieve ours by default. So I want you to do the same thing. The way that you are going to have social currency on the web today is if you have attention and you have action. So attention plus action equals social currency. It also equals emotional currency. And that's what we're dealing with today. We need to be able to connect with people as humans with emotion. So what does that mean? That means we are treating them as human beings. We are being informative. We're giving them hope. We're helping them have confidence that everything will eventually, key focus on the word eventually, be okay. We may be calming specific fears that we have related to our brand and the services that we can help them with. Or maybe it's more general things, that it's all going to be okay someday. Sharing memories are working. The hashtag throwbacks are working. Humor, making people laugh, right? Getting real with our feelings and accepting the fact that it's okay to not feel okay 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to want to just scream and cry on some days. So when we talk about human connection, how do we do that as marketers? Well, we have real and meaningful conversations. We are vulnerable. We put ourselves out there. We share our feelings. And I know that can be scary for some people. We determine the role that you personally and your business wants to play. Maybe do you want to be the hero? Do you want to be the counselor? Do you want to provide guidance? Maybe the cheerleader. Maybe you want to be the informant where you're telling them facts of what's happening in the world. Maybe you want to be that foundation and that stronghold to help people stand up in this crazy world. Are you striking that human emotion? Like I said, making people laugh, making them feel hope. When we talk about hope, let's get real on this. How can we actually help people feel hope? What does that mean? And it's not just a marketing, term and phrase I'm throwing out there. Here's some ideas that you can implement. So we talk about hope. You could share facts and information that shed light on positivity. So this could be news. This could be statistics. This could be maybe a local charity that is doing a community event. Maybe you're giving and serving at a local event. Maybe mindset nuggets, okay? Things that can help us be stronger mentally. So this could be quotes from third parties, make a list of your favorite authors and then head on over to thequotegarden.com. And there you can search for specific topics and you can see all types of recommendations on quotes that you can just copy and paste. And when it comes to Twitter, quotes are some of the most retweeted content that's posted. Articles that are positive about mindset, videos, also stories from third parties, where people are recovering maybe from being sick with COVID-19 and people are celebrating good things that are happening as we recover. Fun videos, statistics, things that are stories that you don't have to be the creator of those. Those can be from a third party. So when we talk about throwbacks, I want you to think about throwbacks to happy times. So this is where you can share maybe fun pics of events that you hosted for your customers in the past, maybe events that you did with your clients, with your team. You can encourage other people to share their memories. So this is where you could encourage your audience on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter to tell you and to share their memories that they have at this same time of year in a past year. Maybe develop a hashtag strategy where you can curate your content from yourself and your customers, partners, and communities. That's all about the throwback. And make sure that you're using industry as well as national hashtags that you can tap into to expand the view and reach of your content. Something else that's working right now is looking forward. I'm a big believer in that no matter what we're going through, we always need to be also looking forward. It is going to get better, my friends. So future fun is what I like to call this. So looking forward to better days. What are you excited about? And this is where you can ask your audience online, like, what are some things you're most excited about when this is all over and done? Family events, maybe holidays, maybe friends, maybe they're looking forward to a certain type of business or gym being open again. And don't forget the little things that are impacting our lives right now that we're missing. But we can still be positive and look forward to those being a reality again in the future. Another thing that is working right now is if you are spending time serving others, make sure you share that with your community. And you're not doing this to brag. You're sharing this so you can not only highlight maybe the charity that you're supporting, but that you're showing that your brand authentically cares. You're showing that the people in your organization care and that you care about other humans. So this could be charity work you're doing at the local level, maybe even national. Maybe you made some large donations that you can share to highlight the charities that you like to support. But share the good that's happening in your local and national community, even if you aren't a direct part of it. So if you're seeing good that's happening in your community, share it, right? Highlight the humanity side of our life and don't be shy, including your team members. If they're doing this, encourage them to share that content, snap a couple pictures, snap a couple videos, and make that part of your content strategy. Also, focus on what you can do. Inspire your audience to stay filled up with hope. Educate and empower them to make their future decisions. Calm their uncertainties and help earn trust and prove that you are there for your audience, your customers, and your future customers now, but also in the future. I really believe a good goal for any business right now is to be that rock, that foundation, the connecting fabric of community, hope, trust, and love. If you can do that, you will be earning trust in your local community. And I have so many examples of businesses that are doing that in our local community. And I can tell you they're doing it both online and offline. And they are businesses that will have my business, loyal business, for years to come. Now, I know we're getting deep into some content here. And now my next segment, I'm going to be moving into some things that you must be doing right now. And these are strategies and tactics that you can start implementing immediately. But before I go there, we need to hear a word from our sponsor. They are honestly what keeps this podcast zooming and enables me to continue to give you this amazing content for free through Social Zoom Factor. Please give them a listen, and I will be right back. Building a digital brand that stands out and connects with your audience and clients online is imperative for success. Businesses everywhere are learning how to adapt to the new normal. The struggle is real. Whether you're launching your first business, scaling your current business, or in need of some creative support to complete a project, Fiverr's global network of on-demand freelance talent is ready to help you Zoom. The current business climate is extra challenging, and Fiverr knows a little bit goes a long way. That's why we're working with them to launch Fiverr micro grants. Every month, up to 3 businesses will receive an extra boost in the form of $1,000 in Fiverr credits. You heard that right. $1,000 in Fiverr credits to use however you like. Simply hop over to pam.online/Fiverr to learn more and apply. Again, that's pam.online/FIVERR. Good luck. Terms and conditions apply. I'm back. All right, let's dig into some things that you must do. So I just have a few proven strategies and tactics that you absolutely must do when we are living in a world and marketing in a world that is just not normal. We need to learn how to market in this new normal. Number one is you have got to use audience marketing to differentiate. And this means you need to take an audience first marketing approach to your marketing, to every piece of content that you are creating. You have got to be thinking more about your audience than you are thinking about yourself. And I know that may sound weird to some of you because you're like, well, how am I going to get an ROI from the pieces of content that I'm creating? Trust me, it is the only way that it's going to work right now. So you need to really be thinking about, we leverage a methodology from Forrester Research, and it's called the POST methodology, and it's a framework for developing a digital and social media strategy and plan, but it starts with people. And instead of starting with technology, we start with people. So it's people, objectives, strategy, and last is technology. And note, the first thing that you need to know is your audience. So who is the audience that you are serving? Who is your target and ideal buyer? Go download my brand new Buyer Persona Worksheet pack, and it's got templates for both B2B and B2C. Go to pam.online/mybuyer and grab those free worksheets. I also have a brand new 5-day Buyer Persona Bootcamp that I put together. And in less than an hour a day for 5 days, I will show you step by step through virtual training of how to develop and prioritize your own buyer personas. Go to pam.online/bootcamp and check those out. But the number one question that you need to be answering is why. Why are you creating content? Why should anyone care that your brand exists and that you are publishing the content you are? And instead of just thinking one and done pieces of content, I want you to be thinking right now about, and this is always, but particularly now, if you are new to content, you have to have that drumbeat. So define your communication drumbeat. What role will your business play? What are your communication goals? What is the frequency of your communications? Choose a frequency and then be consistent and reliable. So if you're going to publish a new video every week, that's fine. If you're going to do a couple a week, that's fine. New blog posts, wherever you're posting, just be consistent and inform your audience of what you're doing. So share the details of what that drumbeat is with your audience. Pin a post, to the top of your Facebook page that tells people what to expect. In a world that is so uncertain right now, the more that you can help people feel confident and know what to expect is going to give them a sense of normalcy. So keep that communication up to date and informative. I am seeing a lot of brands right now that, for example, they may have a Facebook page and they have a post pinned to the top of that Facebook page, but it's old. So it may be from right when, this pandemic started and their business was still closed. They still have that post up there pinned to the top of their feed. That's the first thing that everybody is seeing. So we can't do that. We want to make sure that we have relevant content and that we're keeping it fresh. Okay. So if you have new services, find new ways that you can communicate about those services. And remember, if your services should be designed to help people with where they are now. So you're not doing something bad when you're sharing with them the ways that you can help them during this time, the ways that you can help them feel a sense of normalcy. Your audience, your target customers, they want to feel this sense of normalcy. So that's why it's so important that you understand your audience and that you're relevant with your audience and that you're creating content that helps them feel hope, that helps them feel things are going to be okay someday again. The helps them know you are there for them through the good, bad, and the ugly. All right. So make it clear what you are doing and what you're not doing with your business. When are you open? When are you not open? Maybe there's services that you are offering now that you weren't offering before. Maybe you've, wound down some of your services that you used to do. So just inform inform your audience and make it easy for them to know how they can tap into what you have to offer, whether that is free information, free resources, or paid services and products. Next thing you want to do is make sure that you are planning your content. You can't have a drumbeat of content if you're not planning it. So you want to make sure that you have a content calendar. You can go download our calendar. I have a free content calendar template. Go to pam.online/calendar and you can grab my template. We update it every year and it's broke down by month, week, and day. Everything's pre-populated for you. There's color codes in there. You can grab everything you need to help you plan your content. Now, when you're planning out your content, I want you to have themes and goals at a yearly, quarterly, monthly, and weekly level. That is going to help you with that drumbeat. You also need to make sure that you have goals for each piece of content and even posts that you're publishing on social media, on the different social networks. Make sure that you know your target audience. We talked about that. And then, really be looking at using different types of mediums. So video, visual, audio. Our goal is to create once and use many. So how can you create, one masterpiece of content that you can break down into multiple segments and leverage that over and over again where appropriate? But your drumbeat is what is going to create connection with your audience. You also want to look at your social profiles and the branding of those social profiles. So I know it's so easy as marketers for our social profiles to get out of date. And I try to go into mine at least once a month. Sometimes I fall behind on that. And I'll tell you, I eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. But go into your profiles, all of the different social networks, personally and professionally for your brand. Update all of your core images. Make sure all of the descriptions are correct. Any of the cover images that you have, like the header images, put something relevant up there, something inspiring up there that can really connect with where your audience is. I talked about the pin posts earlier. That's really important. You can pin posts to the top of your feed on Facebook and on Twitter and on LinkedIn. There's all types of content you can put at the top of your profile. So make sure you're taking advantage of that and you're maximizing all those header images. So it's really relevant to not only your audience, but driving the right actions that you want with your audience, and that you keep all the logos and creative up to date. If you have events that you had scheduled for your business that are now canceled, take those off your profile. There's no reason that you need to still have those on your Facebook page with an event that was canceled. Just take it down. Videos, make sure those are up to date. This is a great time right now to remove any old content that you have out there. And then don't be afraid to vary the content. Test some things. This is a perfect time to test things. Vary that content to keep your audience engaged and keep them inspired and full of hope, right? You want to test and just kind of see what's working and what's not working. And another good thing to focus on right now is really building out that foundation. So when, we're in times of uncertainty like we are right now, and if you're feeling uncomfortable promoting your services, or if it's just not working, so maybe you're promoting your services and it's just kind of not been worth your time. Maybe your audience is not buying right now. This is a great time to focus on the foundation of your marketing and your business. So really to dig in again to your strategy and your plan for now and the future. So if you've had some planning that you've needed to do, this is a perfect time to dig into that. We are doing a lot of that work with our clients right now, helping them really, beef up all of their digital platforms, looking at their brand and message strategies, and where do they want to be when this economy opens back up again, and what do those goals look like? How are you going to measure success? Digging back in to your audience priorities and knowing and starting to develop that drumbeat for your content. Looking at are you positioning your brand in the right way? Are you looking at the right KPIs as far as measurements? Key performance indicators, things that you're measuring your business. If you're looking to save money, now is a great time to look at the subscriptions that you're paying for, streamline those tools. If there's tools that you every month you're paying for and you just don't need those anymore, you may be better off investing that same money into something else. What are some areas maybe you could ramp up on your skills and take that marketing platform to the next level? Right now is also a great time to look at that entire digital platform. Maybe your website needs an update, your blog needs an update. You need some, help maybe from a third party with your brand. Tap into resources like our partner Fiverr and tap into that global network that they have of freelancers and designers that can really help you at an affordable cost. And then, maybe now you've been wanting to get into video, or podcast. It's a great time to set up that new studio and build the strategy for how you can tap into these new mediums and be testing some of that content. So then when everything starts to open back up again, you can really be successful. So video is another thing that is really a must. So you really need to be connecting with your audience using video. And if you aren't already, now is a great time to start testing those things. We see a really high ROI on all of the videos that we do. We have our entire Social Profit Factor training academy as well. That is all HD video that people just absolutely have told us they love. And we are really helping a lot of people right now with their digital and social strategies, and they're able to do it at a self-paced way. So, that's something that maybe you want to think about with your video content. How can you package up your content and sell it through a course, sell it through an academy? And, even if you're doing it at no cost right now, but making that content available to your audience. And then one of the last things I want to talk about is really how can you tap into the broader network? And we call it the OPC. So other people's content and other people's community. And so this is where you really want to partner with your VIP friends and family, as well as other VIPs and influencers, maybe in your local market or the more broader national or global market. So when you're wanting to reach your audience right now, instead of you continually just blasting content on your social profiles, you can really look at who could you partner with, who could you do some amazing things with together. And we're doing a lot of this work right now with some of our partners and sponsors with, online live events, as well as ebooks we're creating together and surveys and research and that type of thing. So look at when you're trying to find, these micro influencers, because it doesn't have to be a Kim Kardashian, for example. You can look in your local market. It might be the CEO or even the administrative assistant at your local chamber of commerce. It might be business leaders within your local market. What blogs are your target market listening to, reading? Who are they following and watching online? Who is inspiring them to take action? Start building relationships with those people and share their content. Right? Start by sharing the content of some of those industry leaders and even at the micro influencer level, and then start exploring ways that you can partner with them to build relationships. Because really what you want to be doing during this phase right now is building relationships through conversation. So how can you be igniting your brand in authentic ways by serving and by just being available, by communicating? So, avoiding communication, as easy as it may feel to do, is not something you really want to do right now. You really need to make sure that you continue to communicate. And if maybe you've hit pause on communication up to now because you've been afraid of what to say, I hope that I've inspired you and given you some ideas for how to get the guts again and to stomp that fear and know that you have already likely invested in your digital and online brand presence, right? You are going to reap what you socially sow. And so the investment you've already made, you need to tap into that, and you need to continue to invest now to harvest in the future, right? So the more you can inspire and be community focused, the bigger your return is going to be. So inspire, connect, achieve. I hope that I've given you some hope today. Feel free to go check out the resources that I mentioned, and I will make sure that I publish all of the links and the resources that I mentioned for during this episode, I will post them on the show notes page. You can go to pam.online/273 and I will have everything there for you. So I wish you the greatest of success. That's a wrap.
If you're ready to zoom your business and zoom your life, then don't let the end of this episode be the end of your journey. Visit socialzoomfactor.com/zoom for incredible free resources and guides. And be sure to join the Social Zoom Factor mailing list so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time on Social Zoom Factor.